Alright, what's up guys? So, Hot Tea has uploaded a video titled Trisha Paytas claps back at Mike Majlak, whatever that dude's last name is, for calling them a bully, plus so much more tea. Yeah, let's go ahead, check out this video. Guys, if you haven't, make sure you go subscribe to Hot Tea for more videos like this. Also, make sure you subscribe to her personal channel, Raven Hemi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. And then that being said, let's go ahead and get into that. What was that? That soup? Oh, that's another video. But anyways.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to cover more of the beef between Trisha Paytas, Mike Majlak, and FaZe Banks. And we're also going to talk about the literal, actual, physical fight between Bryce Hall and Austin McBroom. But before we get into it, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, turn your post notifications on, and give this video a thumbs up. Alright, let's get into it. Let's start off with everything that's going on with Mike Majlak and Trisha Paytas. It all started when Mike and FaZe Banks went on the No Jumper podcast a couple of days ago and called Trisha and Ethan bullies for stirring up internet drama and calling all these young people out on their podcast frenemies. Trisha Paytas responded to them on Twitter and Instagram, which we've covered on this channel before. Meanwhile, Mike had sent his ex-girlfriend, Lana Rhodes, who I am sure you guys are well aware of, you dirty little hoes. He sent her a pros and cons list of dating her, which Lana made a TikTok about. Trisha responded to Lana saying that she's too good for her, and now she tweeted, "I liked Mike before he showed his clown face emoji with the pros and cons list, calling the girl he cheated on Lana with a gremlin, disgusting, and ugly. He goes for the low blows, which shows his lack of intelligence right there. If he had some wit or tact, he could make respected arguments." Mike responds to Trisha saying, "Trisha, here's some context. You desperately need it. The pros and cons list was a private note meant to facilitate a conversation around us getting back together, a conversation still happening even tonight. You act as if you know nothing about how confusing and sometimes unsettling the end of a relationship can be. Was it right of me to send it? Maybe not. Was it right of her to expose a private conversation? Absolutely not. Is it any of your—"
It's like, what do you expect? My thing is this. You're a big content creator. She's a big content creator. Obviously, some stuff like that makes a person mad, of course they're going to come out and talk about it. That's why I'm like, that's why you never, in any point in time in history, and this is honestly going out to anybody, but especially men, do not ever send a woman a pros and cons list. That's something that's new to me, but I just know that that's some stuff that you don't do. That's just something where it's like, okay, I can send her a message saying, "Hey, how's your day going? How's the weather going? All right, what you got planned for today? Plan on playing any video games? You plan on doing some other stuff? If you know, talking on Lana Rhodes, I'm like, do you plan on doing?" I mean, we all know, but I'm like, do you plan on doing that? Because if so, I don't want to disturb you. I'm like, but anyways, you don't be like, hey, to treat you like a TV or a freaking, I don't know, a Blu-ray don't yeah, let me give you the pros, your pros and con list. Pros, you're a dope person. Con, you're not a dope. Like, it's, no, you don't do that. You just don't do that. That's like, because there was that one MTV show called Guy Code. That's definitely breaking the Guy Code. Like, you don't do that under any circumstance. You are looking for an argument at that point. You laced up your black Air Forces with the bunny loops, and you asked for that. You asked for that backlash, so.
Your business either way? Frick no. You know absolutely nothing about our relationship. Regardless, I have no issue with you or how you and Ethan make money. I took issue with you lying and saying 3 out of 3 men on the show have sexual allegations, when you know that is 1000% unbacked and has never ever been claimed by anyone. Lying about assault terribly demeans actual cases, and you should be extremely cautious when you do so. If, as you say, you always liked Mike, let's have a conversation. Send me a DM and let's go on the phone. You can even record it and post for your fans if you'd like. What he's talking about is what Trisha and Ethan said about Mike and FaZe Banks on their own podcast. They reacted to Mike and FaZe's video talking about them in response to Mike saying that Ethan and Trisha should be the people who stand up against bullying. Trisha says,
"I think we literally do that with everybody. I think with Dave, even Jimmy Fallon, we call it that. Like, you should have creators
because they're part of the fraternity of like don't ask, don't tell. No, they like David Dobrik and they think we're doing him dirty.
By holding people accountable. He said something like Jeff is taking over, Jeff Whittick, and I'm like, this is the same guy that lied about not being there when he was obviously there.
And, like shit on the like Jeff. Okay, he's doing his part to like make good, but like let's not forget that he was the guy that literally told his fans to go harass the reporter.
Right? Yeah,
and
exactly.
accused her of lying.
And I'm trying to like help people because actually we can. Like people listen to us, so I was just like, oh shit, maybe we should use this for good. But I will start coming for like David Dobrik, Jason, all these people that like never. I've been doing this. I haven't been held accountable. You know what I mean? It's not bullying. It's called like speaking up for people.
Now that you're out of high school, you don't get to be alpha on me.
Ethan proceeds to question Mike's intelligence at some point and says,
yeah, I think what more so, I don't know, maybe it's just the way that they're approaching it. I don't sit down and watch Ethan and Trisha Paytas' videos, but I would imagine probably the reason why people are saying that they're bullying the people that they're going after is because probably more so just how they approach it, you know, and that's why I'd like to use something as an example, that Czech Goldstein, the dude that exposed EDP 445, to talk on that situation. And that's why I was like, I kind of had like a problem with how they were approaching it, you know, talking about his weight and talking. But for those that don't know that situation, like if you don't know what was going on, so EDP 445 was meeting up with a 13-year-old, but I think they were either using a 13-year-old as bait, or they were portraying to be a 13-year-old. But regardless, when EDP did show up there, they were talking about his weight, saying all these other different things. And they wasn't, like, talking on, like, what they were actually... I mean, they did, but it was, like, an extra minutes of that video that didn't even need to exist. So that's why I was like, yeah, they, you know, with that whole situation, I'm like, hey, yo, you guys could have approached it differently, you know, rather than like making fun of the man, because it's like he didn't show up there for you guys. I mean, he obviously showed up there for the wrong reasons, but it's like if you're gonna like approach this situation, approach it, but just like not, well, I guess like, I don't know if I should say like a mature way, but like in a way where it's like, you know, if this was like outside of the conversation, you know, you wouldn't talk on that person's weight. You know, you wouldn't say any of these other extra things. So that's what it's like. I just think it was probably the way that they approached it. But if they approached it, you know, neutral and they wasn't saying anything in the bullying context, then say, yeah, there's nothing to worry about. But
that his head is filled with hot dogs. In response, Mike challenged both Ethan and Trisha to an IQ test on a live stream.
I'm not going to say they're not funny. I believe in myself enough to sit down with you, Ethan, as well as Trisha. I challenge you to an in-person IQ test. Oh, done by a third-party independent contractor. And I believe the two losing people should donate $10,000 to a charity of the winner's choice.
Damn.
So Ethan, Trisha, if you guys are extremely...
I don't know. Maybe there's more I need to look into this, but I'm like, I don't know the IQ test guy. You know, I didn't realize like, you know, knowledge was I don't know, but anyway.
Smart and the intellectual beauties that you claim to be. Let's have a beautiful IQ test to a third-party contractor and let's give some money to charity.
I love that. That's such a great way to.
Also, all positive vibes. Ethan, Trisha, keep getting your bags, keep getting your money, but please, like, try to base the shit you're saying in at least a bit of fact.
Yo, why do I think this is such a good idea? Like, I would totally watch
I'll
that.
watch
Who do you
it. No,
guys
I'll
think
watch
would win
it.
at that? Like, I think Ethan is pretty intelligent. I think he
Yeah.
could possibly win. FaZe Banks also hopped on the stream and commented on the Trisha situation, saying that he is totally okay with the jokes that Ethan and Trisha make about them, but what he's not okay with is the hypocrisy of calling them bullies.
They said he looked like a nutsack. Whatever. All that shit is just humor. What I don't appreciate about them is they're hypocrites. So they'll go and say, you guys are bullying Trisha, or someone's being a bully. Any kind of criticism that comes their way, it's written off as they're bullying.
Wait, am I missing something here? Weren't he and Mike the ones to call Ethan and Trisha bullies?
And then they'll go as far as crossing the line. Trisha did this like 10 story like thing about how me and Mike are an old dudes starting some hype house, which it's just
not even a hype house.
It's just
though.
laughable.
Also, I think people forget that Banks was part of the Clout House way before the Hype House was even a thing.
Yeah.
Remember that? It had like Rice Gum and all these other people in it, and they had beef with Jake Paul.
Yeah, it was that toast, because I think the reason for that was that FaZe Banks and, well, his ex or girlfriend at the time, Alyssa Violet. So Alyssa was dating Jake Paul, but then Jake Paul was being like a douche, like, probably my language. I almost said something else, but anyways. But yeah, so he was so they broke up. she started dating FaZe Banks, and then they were, I guess, like doing it as a troll to like for Team 10 or something like that. I think people they underestimate me when I say I've been on YouTube for some years. You can name off some beefs and some dramas and all the other different things. Like I've been on YouTube for some time. I know the backstory behind a lot of the stuff that went down. But yeah, I think it was like to troll Team 10, but it actually ended up becoming something good. And so, yeah, that's how that whole thing came about. They keep teasing, saying, oh, yeah, we're going to come out with it. We're going to come out with another Clout House or something like that. But
those were the good old days of YouTube.
Yeah.
But then she went on to say, like, you guys are creepy and old, and, like, you guys both had...
And it's funny how she, like, if she was getting on them for that, it's like, well, when you were cool with them, wasn't you a part of the vlog squad? Like, it's just, you were much more older than those guys. You're like 30-something. They're all, like, 20s and in their early 20s, and they like some of them graduate in high school, or maybe not, but like they just they're like in their early 20s. I don't know, I just think it's just some stuff that's going down where it's like, okay, y'all done did some things, the other party done did some things, y'all just go your separate ways, focus on yourselves, make your money, do your things, and move on. But
issues with underage girls in the past.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
And she kept it vague, whether that means underage girls at parties or whatever.
Does it matter, the context? If it was at a party or in your apartment or at freaking VidCon? Like, no.
Having your name associated with something like that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It's disgusting. I run a business.
You can't do that.
FaZe Clan is my life. It takes care of fucking 70+ people. It's not a joke. You can't just say that.
Wait, this is gonna sound really stupid, but like, what is FaZe Clan? Like, all I see is a bunch of people whose names start with FaZe, but I'm like, is this like kind of like a Team 10 situation? Like, can someone clarify? Because I've been hearing them for like years now.
And by the way,
FaZe Clan is it started off as a gaming clan for Call of Duty. I think it was either Call of Duty or Halo. But then it was just, just like a group of friends, I guess, that started this clan up. And it was just, coming out with these like montages back in the day, Call of Duty montages. So I think it did start off with Call of Duty. And then it ended up being this like big empire and stuff. So yeah, it started off as a gaming thing, Ray, and from there on it was just like it just led into like now everybody has FaZe in their in their title, like more so when you playing video games and crap. But yeah, other than that, it's a game. I got like a message and it distracted me. But anyways,
I don't know if I have to clarify this. Absolutely nonsense. That's never happened.
Everybody knows that.
Me and Mike have never had.
If you guys want to come to our house, like you have to pull your ID. They check your age, everything. And I one time I was like, yo, it was SB before like you knew before anyone. I was like, yo, they're all good. They're with me. They're like, no, I can't because we have a rule now.
One person responded to Def Noodles on Twitter saying he's literally begging to get on the podcast because he knows it's popular. This will never happen, and if it did, Trisha would beat Mike's ass in the same way she always wins the competitions on Frenemies. Trisha Paytas claps back on Twitter saying, no idea who any of these people are to even talk about on Frenemies. I knew Mike from Logan. He seemed okay and trying to help people who struggle with mental illness / looks like it was all a facade. Sad. I didn't mind him before, but these boys really have some hatred in them. Scary. The other two I've literally never heard of, so boring and so angry, so I literally have nothing to go off on because they literally say nothing and so boring, so that's all. Mike wrote a good book and has a good backstory that could help so many people. Instead, he's going the troll route at 36 and wasting all these life lessons. It's super sad to me. I really did fuck with his take on the influencer world early on, and only 2 years in, he fucked it all up. And while we're on the topic of Trisha Paytas, a couple of days ago she posted her opinion on Jeff Wittick deciding not to take legal action against David Dobrik for swinging him on an excavator and almost causing him to die and lose one of his eyes. Trisha tweeted, totally respects Jeff for this, but as a friend, if I'm David and I hurt my other friend and took him out for over a year, I would offer compensation out of compassion, guilt, and also because I'm in the position to. I'm shocked he hasn't. I've always overly compensated.
What? I do remember, I think Jeff did say that he paid for his medical bill, so I'm like, I would imagine that he at least did that. But I mean, if he didn't, like, he just, like, there was no money from David being But yeah, I'm like, but I think, and then that was another thing from Jeff when watching his documentary about the whole situation, was that he was like, I think he said he didn't want no cars, he didn't want no money from David. Like, all he wanted him to do was to skydive and actually just see fear in David's face. So he did pay him back, but just in a way where it was like, you know, he didn't want no money or like, you know, nothing from it and stuff. Like, Jeff's probably like, I'm making my own money, I don't need no money from him and stuff. So yeah, but I think he did say that he did pay for his medical bills.
People in my life who help me with my job. I've never injured anyone, but I have compensated people who work for me who have been injured outside of working for me. I'm glad Jeff is doing all he can to gain something positive out of this, and I'm not even mad at him for being loyal. It just feels like there should be more coming from David. Just my opinion, it don't really mean in this situation. Accidents happen, of course, but if it was my friend or family, I would insist to gift money. Especially since this wasn't just a car accident where an act of God occurred. This was something specifically for entertainment, and proper precautions were not taken to ensure safety. Money does not make you happy, this is very true, but sometimes it can make a situation less stressful, or at least not for nothing. I had a guy who did my hair extensions only twice. He got in a crazy motorcycle accident, and I didn't think twice to finish his GoFundMe. Not because he asked, but because my heart hurt so bad knowing his work was in jeopardy because he couldn't move his arms. I don't know, what do you guys think about this? Was David paying for Jeff's medical bills not enough, or do you think Jeff was also partly responsible for this? Next, TMossBoss's former business partner.
I mean, yeah, he did, like, he did want to, like, get the swinging on it. I just don't think he knew that it was going to be, like, that bad. So I can't blame Jeff. But at the same time, it's like, you know, cause I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of, like, you know, swinging around, doing all that other wild stuff. So I'm like, definitely I wouldn't have done it, you know. So I'm like, I do have, like, you know, that opportunity in life to, like, say, like, I'm not going to do this and things. But yeah, but yeah, like I did say, like, you know, I think David did pay for his, like, medical bills. I'm pretty sure, you know, he paid for all the other extra stuff, like, or, like, surgeries and any of that other extra stuff. So it's like, what? Yeah, David's a millionaire, so it's like he can pay for that if he wanted to. And I'm pretty sure if there was a procedure or something to fix Jeff's eye, because I think Jeff is blind out that eye. So I'm like, I think if there is a procedure to fix this, like, you know, his eye and things, oh yeah, you know David would pay for it.
And TanaCon producer Michael Weist, aka the Segway guy, he was in a Dr. Phil episode.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about this.
Would like a quick recap of everything that went down in that episode in the comments down below. Moving on, so this happened.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I'll watch this or not. Got him all laid out.
Austin's wife, Catherine, tweeted, and that's why I didn't go. Keepstar also posted this hilarious picture. Trisha Paytas also tweeted saying, I hope all of the TikTok kids and all of the YouTubers just knock each other out. They all dumb as fuck. And here's another scene.
You just shut the fuck up and wait for our conversation. Shut the fuck up, you ugly ass. Shut the fuck up and wait for our conversation. You're in fucking pajamas. You got time. Just stay the fuck there.
Hey, hold on. You're in pajamas. Hey, listen, this is my moment. I'm
getting ready for sleep already. Let Didi talk.
Listen, okay, go ahead.
Austin posted this later on his Instagram.
Motherfucker tried to tackle me. Bro, we about to fight. What you trying to tackle for? Bro, this whole wrestling ass dude. Hey man, meet me outside. I'm gonna be out there in about 5 minutes. Meet me outside.
I guess I should also mention that a lot of people were speculating that the fight was actually staged or fake, because it is very common for people pre-fights to kind of like stage fights or kind of try to create some hype around the event, you know? So that could also definitely be the case. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? They might be better actors than we think. A bunch of other people did actually post their perspectives on it. Like TanaMossBoss was there and she was like live streaming, so that could also be a little bit
I just like how every time, like, when a fight happens, like, the camera, they just have it where that camera is so straight, it's like before the fight, then as soon as the fight, then you just see where they're doing all of that, and I'm like, fam, just hold the camera still, hold it still, don't move, okay? Just chill out, all right?
I was TanaMossBoss live streaming at the exact same time that it happened. She might have like known about it, but I don't know. There's like a bunch of speculation around it. What do you guys think? And to end the video, here's a cringy video of Addison Rae making out with some guy
I heard
on
about
stage
that, and I was like, I
Awards.
don't understand. I really don't.
What the fuck?
Bryce Hall tweeted about it saying sucks, but moving on. Thank you guys so much for watching this video.
Oh, yeah,
that was it for the video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I post new videos every single week. All right, bye.
Yeah, it's just things going everything is just wild in the YouTube and TikTok world right now. But anyways, good video as always, guys. If you haven't, make sure you go subscribe to Ray for more videos like this on her channel, Hot Tea. Make sure you subscribe to her second or her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, and her third channel, business channel, Build Your Pocket. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.